Hey you guys, it's me, Laura. So my update for this week was getting kind of long, so I've decided to go ahead and make a part 2, a second video for you. I shared with you a little bit about how the week went and some changes that we're making to the book basket. So I also wanted to take some time. I had some questions about the morning time that I have with my boys. It is reading time that I do with my oldest, who's 8, and it is a time for me to read to my youngest, who's 5. He's not reading yet, he's 5. So someone asked what we use for that. So this is what I use. This is the Bible that I use with my oldest. It's called the International Children's Bible. This is actually the Bible that I used when I was in 3rd and 4th grade in school. I went to a Christian school, and this was the Bible that we used to read out of. And I really appreciate this translation. Now, I also have an NIRV, which is a New International Reader's Version. I have that copy of the Bible for him as well because I have the audio CD so he can listen to that and read that on his own. But this is what I use when he is with me. So he comes up to my room in the morning, and all we do is we just read one section every day, which is plenty for him right now. So we read that together and we talk about it and we pray together. And that is his reading for the day. As he becomes a stronger reader, as he becomes more comfortable, I'm going to challenge him in reading other things too. Of course, we read throughout the day during homeschool and other stuff, but that is what we do for his reading right now. And it's also a great time for us to spend time together in the morning. And my hope is that he'll get in the habit of first thing in the morning, what do? We spend time with Jesus, so that he'll start wanting to do that on his own too. That is my hope. And hopefully too, I can give him a good foundation of how to even study the Bible. If you don't have anything but the Bible, what do you do? Like, what kind of questions do you have? And bring the conversation and kind of, I don't know, just go through that experience with him. So we are enjoying that. We are going through Mark right now because I feel like it is a quick moving gospel. It is straight to the point. Everything happens immediately and right now, and there's lots of action, and that's really perfect for my son. So that's where we're starting, and it's been really good. So I'm excited to see what happens there. And for my youngest is just a year old, so she's not really reading yet. But for my middle child, he's just 5, and this is a book that my mother-in-law actually had at her house, and he really wanted it, so she gave it to him, which was really sweet of her. So this is the Picture Bible, Read and Grow, and so this is just a very visual Bible. So as you can see here, it's got the stories, and then it's got pictures to go with them. And they're all this way. They all have this number of pictures for the stories, and it just kind of goes through the main stories of the Bible. It's got more stories, I would say, than most children's Bibles have, which is nice. And it has lots and lots of visuals, which helps him connect, I think, a little bit more and gives him a chance to ask questions. And we do a lot of the same stuff with this one that I do with my oldest. So we'll read through a story. Usually we do a 2-page spread. Every once in a while, we'll do 2 if like it's still the same story sometimes. But we'll read it and we'll talk about it and ask questions about it and kind of relate to it. And we just take our time. We try not to rush too much through it and just enjoy the time together reading the Bible. So that is what I do with them. I'm not currently doing anything with my youngest, although probably pretty soon here, I don't know if we still have it, but there was a really good devotional that we did with the other 2 that we'll likely do with her if I can find it. I might have gotten rid of it because I wasn't planning on number 3, and I don't know if I could still get it, but we'll see. We'll come up with something. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that's what we do there. And I was thinking that it might be nice each week to do a little update, go a little bit deeper into maybe some of the resources that we're using with My Father's World, or some of the things that we're using outside of My Father's World, whether it be Logic of English or Math Lessons for a Living Education, or let's see, what all are we using? We're using, I'm going to be starting IEW, Institute for Excellence in Writing, with Samuel, my oldest, and we've got, I'm adding an extra science in with our My Father's World. I really like Real Science for Kids and the foundations that it sets. I have a few videos on those. So the focus on are shorter. So this year I'm adding just a little bit of chemistry with every week, and I'm talking this is going to be like maybe an extra 10 or 15 minutes a week to our science, except for maybe the experiment weeks, which will be every 3 weeks. So it's really not a whole lot, but I think that that program just gives a good solid foundation. And even though I love the science in my father's world, it's kind of a little piecemeal. So I'm trying to go through all the, I'm hoping to kind of build more of a foundation with all of them. And so for this time around, we're going to do chemistry, which is where they recommend you start in real science for kids anyway. Now, Samuel's already done the chemistry, some of it, but it's certainly not going to hurt him to do it again. And Timothy hasn't done it. So that will be really good. And next week, let's see, I'm looking at my notes for next week. Next week, I'm also going to try to start doing some Spanish. So this is going to be interesting, and I'm not sure how it's going to go. I really did not want to spend more money because we've really used of our budget what we should right now, considering the purchases that are going to be coming up as the kids start finishing some of the stuff they're working on now. So I found a program that I really like and I really love, but I just did not want to invest in it right now. I don't really feel like that's the best choice for us. So what I have done is we have Apple Music, and there are some bilingual CDs on there where it sings a song in English and then it sings it in Spanish and then it sings it in English again. Anyway, I don't know exactly how it goes, but I mean, I've listened to it. Anyway, but it's meant to teach Spanish because it's got the bilingual songs, and there's several volumes. So I downloaded a couple of those, and I also found on Amazon Prime that there's little PIM videos, which they have them for different languages, and they have them for Spanish. And what I'm doing is I'm also working on teaching my youngest baby sign. My other two never picked up on sign language. I did baby sign with them some, but they just went straight to the words. They skipped the signs. But I'm finding with my youngest, she is using the signs and they are effective for her. So I am going to start doing just a little one song a couple times a week with her from baby signing time, and whatever she's working on in sign and in English and speaking and in signing, that is what I'm going to work on my boys with Spanish. So this week we're going to start with doing eating words. So we're doing the eating song for baby signing time, and we're going to work on those words with Lily. And then we're going to do the bilingual food song for Spanish with the boys. I'm going to try to get them to say the Spanish words when we're learning the English words. And I also have a big book of Spanish words from Usborne that I already had. And so we're going to pull that out and use those. And we'll watch the little PIM video on eating and food. And we'll probably do this for a couple weeks, just the same stuff until we get sick of it. And then we'll move on to the next thing. And that's what I'm trying. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it and see. So those are kind of the changes that I've made and kind of what's going on with my Bible time with the boys. And so I'm excited. Let me know what you guys want to see more of, what you have questions about. If you've been curious about my father's world and have questions about the stuff that we use in the curriculum, let me know, and I'd be happy to show you a little more in depth. And I'm excited to keep doing this program. It's such a good fit for my family, and I'm so thankful for it. And I can't wait to start our homeschool week tomorrow. That is all I have for you guys today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.